Hey everyone, welcome to the Pickleball Effect podcast. I'm your host, Braydon.
And I'm Kyle.
This is episode 95. It's brought to you by Pickleball Central, your one-stop shop for all things pickleball. Next time you need to buy something pickleball related, think of Pickleball Central and come back to the podcast and click the link in the description to apply discounts across their entire website, including paddles, balls, shoes, pretty much everything you could think of. And then on top of that, Pickleball Central gives you peace of mind with the Risk 30-day paddle trial. Not every brand does that. That's a big deal. A price match guarantee so you'll never overpay, and a rewards program that gives back every time you shop. So do your shopping at Pickleball Central.
Boom.
All right, Kyle, this week, just not too much going on for the weekly update. 3 out of 5-0. I did this one just because I thought this week, I thought it was good. I dumped it in there. Kyle's Corner, what do we have?
We are talking a little bit about the little paddle shuffle we had going on. Everybody was using different paddles due to the UPA list. Betting on pickleball is a thing now, so we'll talk about that.
I thought that's been around.
Well, no, now it's like official, and like you can do it in all 50 states.
That's where they've been talking about that.
It's a big deal.
Years.
Yeah.
Wait, all 50? Okay,
yes.
we'll get to it.
That's a big deal. Like you can do it in Idaho, which you normally can't.
Yeah. Is that it?
That's it, really.
Okay. You had like
sorry.
This big pause there. I was
we'll talk about an event coming up that I'm kind of excited to watch, and then we can also just talk about some of the upsets we saw this week.
Yeah,
there's a lot of them.
Yeah, it was really fun. Paddle, Babble, and gear. So one of the trends we've picked up on the last just couple weeks, based off of paddles I've been getting, conversations I've been having, is there's a style of paddle that's emerging for foam paddles that is going to become the mainstay. This is the tech that you're going to see flooded from every single brand. Every single time there's a new generation of paddles, whether it's Gen 3, there's typically some sort of formulation of it that becomes that
everybody gravitates
to. That everyone copies, that everyone has to have one to, or have one to stay relevant as a brand. And so I think that's finally emerged. We'll talk about that. So that's just going to be the tech we see everywhere. And then there's so many paddles coming out again.
It just comes in big waves.
Yeah, dude, it's been so wavy the last few months, like just a handful at a time, it seems like, all on the same weekends. So we're talking about what paddles are coming out, what ones we're interested in, and some updates there. And then we're going to talk Honolulu for a second. So Honolulu sent their new elongated shapes. They're called the J6.
J6, yep.
So they had originally sent us some elongateds called the J7. They were like extra elongated. I wasn't that big on them. I just think going more than 6.5 inches just isn't beneficial to the paddle.
It's like a point of diminishing returns.
Yeah. So, but they sent in a new elongated shape, and the numbers are fantastic. So we're gonna
and the new branding suite.
The new branding is better.
I think that'll make a lot of people happy.
Yeah. Yeah, Honolulu is like, their shapes are so good, and I think other brands can learn from them and mimic their shapes to some degree.
Minus the J4.
Minus the J4. So that's what we'll talk about there. So yeah, weekly update. You know, this last week was rough. It was not a good week for me. I was really stressed out, felt really overwhelmed. Just so much going on. I've been putting a lot of time into these interactive tools, and I just keep running into roadblocks on getting these the paddle optimizer tool up and running. I think I'm going to call it either the paddle tuning lab or the paddle tuning playground. Our episode last week got took down, and so I had talked about it then. So if you missed that piece,
it's still up, I think, on Spotify.
It's up on Spotify. Yeah, you can watch it there. But the the playground. So it's this new tool I'm working on where you can essentially go add weight to your paddle, and it'll tell you what the swing weight and twist weight differences are going to be, so you can test and figure out the best configuration before you put weight
slap
on the
tape
bottom.
on it. Yeah.
So I'm working on that. It's making a little bit of progress, but that's been tough, getting the math right, getting the tool to function the way I want it, so it's really user friendly and intuitive and cool. And then, anyways, just running into issues with that one, and then moving on to different phases of the other projects. And so that's been really frustrating. That's been taking a lot of time. And then I played so much this week, which is normally a good thing, but it was just a negative because I had so many other stuff I was trying to get through, and I was just really stressed out. I played every day last week trying to get time on the waves.
Okay.
And so Anyways, just a lot going on. I was feeling it. I was like, oh, it was just like going through those existential moments. Did I make the right career move? Should I just go back to my 9 to 5?
I could feel your stress via text. I could tell you were stressed.
Could you?
Oh yeah.
Anyways.
Even Aaron texted me. It's like, should we text Braydon? I'm like, nah. It's like, I think he's a little stressed out this week.
Anyways, I'm glad it's over, and then hopefully I think I need to find a rhythm. Sometimes like I've been working at evenings more, and I need to stop doing that because it's bad on like my mental capacity. With
does it affect your sleep too? And then
sleep, there's just lots of bad things, and it's hard to control sometimes because like I have this itch to work because I'm not progressing. I don't want to get because I put so much work into it, but things aren't moving, and it can be frustrating. But I'll figure it out. And then I started a league this week.
Yeah, MLP league.
Yeah,
that looks fun.
It was.
I always work when those things go on. It like makes me so sad. Like all those fun leagues look fun.
Well, they're like normal evening hours.
Yeah, I know
7 to 9.
Yeah, but they're, what day is that one on?
This one's Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. So I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I work the next week Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I work at night.
Yeah, you do have weird hours.
So and the advanced leagues are never Monday and Tuesday. They're always Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh, so that doesn't land on your free days.
No. So like but like some of the one, I don't know if it was last year, but like the 3-0 league was on like a Tuesday, so I could go dominate that.
So I've never done
any of the leagues,
any league before.
Oh, okay.
And so Connor invited me, so I'm playing with them, and so we had our first match. We had a good week. We swept our team, which was always fun.
You got Janessa,
Annie. I'd never played with Annie before.
Okay. She can bang.
Then Connor, she's got a really big serve.
Yeah,
she was a nice addition I'd never met before. But yeah, so that'll be cool. We named our team Green Lunchbox is what we landed.
Yeah, what was that from?
So we were coming up with team names. I was just throwing out random crap because I think random names that don't make sense are the funniest. And I just said Green Lunchbox, and for some reason they liked it.
Okay.
So that's what we're gonna do is we're all gonna wear green shirts every week, and then we're gonna make a square, and that's our thing.
Okay.
Green Lunchbox right there on the shirt.
All right.
That's the symbol. That's the gang sign. But that'll be fun. That'll be Thursday nights. We'll see how it goes. There's a handful of like the matches this last week were really close. There's a few teams that could very well beat us.
Oh yeah.
So it'll be fun. It's just nice to get like that competitive outlet out, or just that competitiveness out into the world. Because it's more like you're playing the same people you know, but it's just not rec. Like just having a little bit on the line.
Changes the game.
Changes the game. Makes it really fun. And then the MLP style, I haven't done MLP in ages, the rally scoring. I still don't like it, dude. It's just so hard to get into a rhythm. That's my big complaint.
I feel like it artificially makes every game close, too.
There's that, too. Maybe that's why all the scores, I don't know, the scores were close. But yeah, it makes it feel closer than maybe it
would have been,
wasn't.
yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I don't know, just because you have to switch servers every time and then the ball goes back and forth so much, I don't know. It's hard to find.
The momentum. Yeah, it breaks a lot more.
It's hard to get like synced in and dialed and like stay in the zone for like an extended streak of 3-4 points or something like you might. But I don't know. Maybe it's for the best. Anyways, that'll be fun. Any other updates for you this week?
I picked up another job. I got a job coaching CrossFit again.
Oh yeah, exciting. That's right. You were talking about that.
Super excited about that. I was very smart and went back to CrossFit. I've been running, but I haven't been lifting a ton. Like I've been like bro lifting, like bench press stuff. I went to a CrossFit class and I went like totally ham.
Could just knock you out.
Well, I did like 50 pull-ups and a bunch of weighted lunges, and like I'm still sore, and that was like a week ago.
Yeah, I can imagine, dude.
So I got to ease back into it.
So what are you just going to take on like 1-2
probably
clients?
No, I'm going to actually teach classes. So
classes?
I'm probably going to teach, I don't know, once or twice a week, just to get back. I miss coaching. I love coaching, so that'll be fun. And then anything else happen? Ran this weekend. Ran into a snake. That was kind of cool. Came out of the water and was like coming across the path.
Dude,
a little water snake.
Like creeps me out more than snakes.
What about spiders?
Spiders, I'm fine.
Really? See, I don't like spiders. Snakes, I'm like, yeah.
I can go head to
head. As long
head.
as it's not a rattlesnake, I'm like, yeah.
I can go head to head with a spider, but if there's just a baby snake, I'm freaking out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're like my grandma was. That's how she was too.
Me and your grandma.
Yeah.
We sound like we're the same.
I love it. Yeah, that was it for I played pickleball once. I played absolutely awful because I was so sore from CrossFit. Like I couldn't even straighten my arms. My biceps were so sore. So I was like, Duster, I'm sorry.
What are you playing with right now? What are you testing?
I played the Waves 3, and then I've been the J6 NF, which I do like. That kind of bounce between those two, and then I was supposed to get the new Flick, but it got delivered to the wrong. It got delivered to the wrong address, so they had to resend it. So I'm waiting for that. But
okay,
I'm looking forward to that one too.
Yeah, that one's got some very different stats. It's a 13 millimeter. We'll talk about it.
Have you tried it yet?
No, okay. But it's pretty heavy, super heavy for.
Yeah, it's more control oriented than the 13. F1, right?
I don't know. He said it's supposed to.
Okay,
their messaging, but brand messaging doesn't always line up.
No, not always. That's always funny when they say it's one way and then it ends up.
Yeah.
Like 6-0, the Opal. It says all court, and then everybody's like, "It's a beast." I don't know what you're allowed to talk about, but
I don't know. But I'll just tell you this: that thing smokes.
But it's funny because it says all court on it.
It says all. It's like all court max power is what people. Are joking around
instead of just max power.
Yeah,
that's great. Well, that's it.
You have max power all over the court. All right, let's go to 3 out of 5. This is brought to you by Holy from the Sky. So this is an electrolyte system built from the ground up for pickleball players. Their 3-phase formula keeps you hydrated during play, speeds up recovery after, and sustains your energy so that you can go the distance. The flavors are hit just right, the ingredients are clean, and best of all, it delivers results that you can actually feel. Tap on the link in the description and use the code PBEffect at checkout to save. Your body and your game will thank you. I'm just about done with my orange burst flavors. I need to order some more soon. I think I'm gonna do the fruit punch.
Fruit punch. I'm a raspberry lemonade guy. Orange is good too, though. Orange is good at my runs because I feel like it's a little lighter.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so this is a tip for thirds. This is called the 30-60-90 rule. This is something Susanna will teach in her clinics and things that I think is a good thought process and good approach to thirds. So when you're hitting a third shot drop or a drive to the midcourt or just a full-on drive, think of the 30-60-90 rule. 30 degrees back for drops.
We're talking about how far we're taking the paddle back?
How far we're taking the paddle back. Okay. Yeah, so 30 degrees back for drops, 60 degrees back for those kind of mid-court rips.
Yep.
And then 90 degrees back for drives is a good way to approach this. You don't want to overswing or take it back too far on those different situations.
Mm-hmm. And this degree is we're saying this is basically 0 straight down. So it would be like 30, 60, 90.
Yeah, so like 30, 60, 90.
Okay.
So drives, kind of those drips.
Yep.
And then
the drops.
30s.
Got it. So I've never thought about that.
Yeah, it's a really simple way, intuitive way to think about it. So pay attention how far you're taking the paddle back for those different shots. Mm-hmm. Some people will sometimes try to overcreate on their thirds. They go back too far. They over accentuate the movement on the thirds. Mm-hmm. Maybe you watch Annalie hit her thirds where she goes like straight up and kind of behind. You're not Annalie.
Yeah,
don't do that.
You're not putting that much topspin on.
You're not putting that much topspin. That's a high level difficulty. I like to think of it as I think of golf where the less that's going on, the less can go wrong kind of thing. So keeping things tight, keeping things minimal, 30, 60, 90 is going to help you execute those shots on a repeatable basis over and over and get you that trajectory pace that you want. But yeah, I think the biggest culprit here is people going 90 degrees on the mid-court stuff. Mm-hmm. You got a person running in, you're trying to hit their feet. People will overswing, try to put too much on that. And then the person, maybe their partner protects them and can slap a high ball, or maybe it stays too high and they can handle it pretty easy. Because if you can get that medium pace, dipping at their feet as they're coming in, it's really tough to handle. So it's easy to overcook that one if you do a 90 on a 60. So I think that's just a really simple, easy way to approach those shots and a good way to teach it.
I'm gonna try. Think about it. That's the thing I'm gonna try. I do tend to go back too far sometimes, especially like when I get excited.
Yeah. This is a juicy one. Yeah. I'm just going to smoke this.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, there are exceptions. Sometimes you get a really high, loopy third or return that you can just smoke.
Right? Yeah.
But this is just generally speaking. But yeah, pay attention to that. People may not realize what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as you put some thought to it and pay attention to it, you may need to make some adjustments.
Very nice.
Kyle's Corner.
Brought to you by Slice.
Why not? That's Holy's. Slice. That's Slice. So this is a weighted end cap that I and Kyle use all the time. It's an easy way to fine-tune your paddle's performance. They help improve balance, add power, and make your paddle easier to maneuver all in one simple add-on. Made right here in the USA. Use the code PBFF to save and check them out using the link in the description. Anytime you guys use the links in the description, it also goes support the channel with commissions and things there. So if you're interested in any of these products, use our codes and links. It's a double help for the pod. So thank you.
Boom. Betting on pickleball. Dangerous.
Dangerous?
I like to bet. Dangerous for me.
Oh no.
Dangerous for me. So
plus you're not that smart.
Oh man, I know. I mean, based on our like
you're gonna make bad picks.
Based on our like PPA picks, I should have just called John and been like, "Hey, bro, we'll split. Give me all the picks."
So what Kyle's talking about is this last week we participated in a pick'em like March Madness type style.
Basically, quarterfinals on
with 10 or so other internet people. We both sucked.
We did, yeah.
We were in the bottom. I didn't
even click all the links to make all the right picks. I thought I did.
You didn't. Oh well, I barely beat you, and I had.
And you picked everybody?
I had done all. I filled out all the brackets.
Oh, I didn't. Somehow I didn't pick men's and didn't pick women, so I only picked singles and mixed doubles.
Maybe you didn't do that bad then, and you just missed those two.
I think so.
So maybe you can make bets.
Yeah, we'll see. Next time we run it back.
Perhaps it's just Braydon that's stupid, not Kyle.
But anyway, so betting, the app is called Kalashi, Kalashi is the app. And so what you're doing, you're like betting on futures. Like, so you buy contracts, everything's a yes, no.
Okay.
So it's like, so the bet I made was on Hayworth. It was like, will Chris Hayworth win men's singles? And then it gives you like,
it was a group.
What do you mean a group?
You said, will he win men? Oh,
So
I was thinking Will was a name.
And you can bet on like everything. You can bet on like who wins an election. Like it's weird.
So it's not just
pickleball. It's like you can all kinds of weird stuff. It reminds me of like National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation. Did you ever see that?
No.
Oh, he goes into like a casino that has like tic-tac-toe and like random like games like that. It's super funny. But so I bet on Hayworth to win. I bet kind of late how he'd already made the quarterfinals. So like the percentage and the payout changes as the tournament goes on.
You put $100.
Yeah, $100 on him. So Rafa,
you act like that's like nothing. Like $100, that's $100.
I mean, let it ride. He almost made it. He made a semi run. But Rafa put a bet on him at the beginning before the tournament started, where he was less than 1% to win.
So you would have made more money.
So off his $14 bet, he basically would have made $300.
Oh wow! So it's better to bet early.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If you would have bet on the Kawamotos, they were less than 1%. I can't imagine what that paid out. I bet you that was big.
Think anybody picked them?
Probably Jimmy. I bet you Jimmy bet on them. But
they were phenomenal.
Yeah. No. Awesome. But anyway, so you bet yes or no, and then it basically changes, and that's how it tells you the payout. Like if you win from the time you place you buy your contract. They're called contracts. And then it pays out and you can just withdraw it to your bank. I don't really know. I'm assuming
you haven't won yet, so you don't know if it actually pays you.
Well, I know it does. No, I looked it up too before, but I am curious of like how the legality of it works, because technically we're not allowed to gamble in Idaho.
Right, that's really weird. Because if you download DraftKings,
DraftKings won't work. Yeah, but I'm wondering if it's because you're buying these contracts and it's like betting on futures. If it's more like the stock market. But anyway, keep an eye on that. Make your bets.
Yeah, betting has been around, or they've been talking about betting for a long time.
Yeah. I think they didn't they do DraftKings or something?
They tried something. Yeah. It never happened. So I didn't even realize they were back on it.
Yeah, this was just big, this tournament. That was like the first time I saw it advertised and I downloaded it. I'm like,
that's a big deal, right?
Yeah, that's going to make
It's going to increase viewership. It's going to make people more involved, more engaged, more interested in the outcomes, right?
Yeah. What I should have done is I should have looked. I'm curious, like if you bet on like Anna Lee, like what the payout is. Like, do you like...
probably like super little.
Because if she's like 99.9% gonna win,
put in $1, make $2.
Yeah, I bet you it's not even that.
$1.25. I guess exactly. that'd be double. So
yeah, I bet you
just put in 100, make 110.
Yeah, exactly. Bet $1, win like $1.05.
Yeah,
I bet you it's something that bad. But keep an eye on that. And then another big one was we saw everybody. I don't know if you saw Tyra Black's tweet.
No, tell me about it.
I think I downloaded it, but it was pretty So she showed up to the tournament not knowing she wasn't going to be able to use her pickle paddle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So she had to switch on the fly.
Wow, that's got to be tough.
Yeah, she was not happy. Let me see. I'm pretty sure that I got her tweet. Let me check.
Yeah, so there was a big shuffle of paddles this week because the September 1st UPAA was like the deadline for paddles to get their official approval. So before September 1st, UPAA was using a provisional approval, which was pretty lenient.
Correct.
But then during that time of the provisional, they kind of finalized their standardizing, their tests, and then they launched their official full certification September 1st. All paddles had to go through that new process. Not all paddles made it through. So we saw people using different paddles.
Yeah. So nobody used a Flamingo. So we saw Diescu using a Yola. We saw, I wrote some of them down. Tyra was using a Franklin. Gabe was using a Valair. And then
Gabe was using a Valair?
Yeah.
Oh, because he used with Pickle.
And then, yeah, because he's with Pickle, so he can, which was interesting. And then I did see that a lot of them were failing. I didn't see why they all failed, but again, Rafa put out that a lot of them actually failed for spin, which is interesting. And then Zane put out a whole thing that the whole thing was, it was input versus output testing. Everything was based on input testing. Now it's based on output testing. Right. So, and that caused a big riff in what's actually passing.
Spin, that makes sense with like Pickle.
Because it definitely wasn't power.
That's not going to be a power.
No, exactly. Like that definitely wasn't a power paddle. But,
okay, that makes more sense.
So we saw a lot of people using different paddles, which was pretty cool. We did see CP using the boomstick with the MOI on it.
You know, how confident are you that was the MOI clip
and not just a red
sticker thing?
I guess they could have put a red sticker.
Because when I watched one game with her,
did you zoom in on it?
I mean, it would go up close to her paddle, and it didn't quite look like the clip.
Okay,
so maybe there was a red mark.
No, there was a red mark there. That's why I assumed that was on it.
So I wonder if it was
almost marketing,
some sort of. Yeah, I don't know.
That might have been smart though by Selkirk. Yeah, because I didn't see any official announcement that they had changed their ruling, and then I saw the red, and I was like, "Wait, she's got it on there."
Yeah, I'm not confident that was the MOI.
Okay,
like the normal MOI system.
I'll slide under DMs.
Yeah, I don't know if that was or wasn't. I can't confirm or deny, but just from what I saw, it seemed like it was something else.
Okay. All right. Well,
but I mean, I guess the short story is the boomsticks passed their certification. When they are certified, they're certified without the MOI system, but UPA does not recognize the MOI system as an external weighting system, and so pro players or UPA tournaments like qualifiers, those things, they can use a boomstick without the MOI system. They can't use it with the MOI system.
Got it.
But they can add tungsten and customize it. However, USAP
acknowledges
the weight. So it also passed USAP without the MOI system applied, passes it, and then they recognize that as a weighting system. So they're able to apply it and sell it that way. Like we had talked about last week.
I can see some more brands doing this going forward. I mean, I think this will be...
No, I think Upbrand should 100% do something like that.
Yeah.
I've always thought that more brands should do like recommended weight setups. Yeah. There's a brand recently called Scoop that sent me a paddle that had 2 or 3 recommended weight setups that came with the weight. It showed the changes in swing weight. Like I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Like that's such an easy lift.
Yeah.
And especially for someone like Franklin.
I was about to say Franklin would be cool because you could sell like the Hayden paddle weighted how Hayden does it.
Exactly.
But with like OEM type weights. So it still like says Franklin on it or something for branding.
Or just throw Franklin tungsten or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
They have their own stuff.
Come to Braydon for the tungsten though.
No, dude, I'd be surprised if anyone keeps selling tungsten. So I got the official prices back because I was talking about how prices are going up. If I were to buy the 1.5 gram roll, it's going to cost me $22.
Like to get to you?
To get to me.
Jeez.
Isn't that, I can't sell that.
No, you got to sell it for like $50.
We're gonna unfortunately gonna have to discontinue our 1.5 gram option until.
So the stuff I still have is like a collector's edition.
That's like a collector's edition now.
Sweet.
So we're gonna keep selling 1 gram and half gram, but we have to raise prices because those have gone up too.
Yep.
It's not as absurd as the 1.5, but it's still very high. It's over double what it used to be.
Dang.
But yeah, that's kind of the state of tungsten. I don't know if any. I mean, I imagine there's gonna be people that stop selling tungsten. They're just gonna sell it through their current stock.
Yep.
And then there'll be people.
We'll see. I'm sure we'll see a move to different materials. I mean, we've seen like silicone tape and
even that is still super thick though. Yeah. The best option. I mean, not like the tuning. I make the tuning tape, which is like a cheaper alternative, but I haven't seen anyone make anything better.
Yeah.
Than the tuning tape yet. And as a tungsten alternative. And anyways, so those are up on Amazon and stuff now. If you guys want to go check out the 1 gram tuning tape that launched.
Get it. All right. Last thing. Well, we could talk about the upsets. Obviously, a huge upset. The Kawamotos win women's, which is awesome. It was their first gold.
So they beat Anna Bright, Anna Lee in the semis. Mm-hmm. In a super tight match. And did you watch that one?
I have to go back and watch it.
So I happened to turn it on.
I only saw a couple. I saw highlights from it, but
the Kawamotos were winning game 1. They ended up losing it. Mm-hmm. They came back and won, and then they won fairly cleanly in the next 2. Like they were close, but it was like
that's awesome.
They looked like the better team.
That's all. There's a bunch of memes going out like that. Annalie's going to be making phone call, dropping Anna Bright already, and calling up Georgia.
Yeah, it's cool that they followed it up with a win over Georgia and Tyra in the finals to like solidify that it wasn't a fluke that they beat, Anna Lee and Anna Bright. But it does make you wonder: did they just have a good week?
They're here to play.
Are they going to be able to repeat this? They've always been good and competitive. They haven't always played together. They play with other partners, but yeah, it's like are they going to be there every time, or they just have a good week?
I'd love to see them there every time. They're fun to watch. I like them.
They're so down to earth and chill. Like very little kind of emotion.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of the mind that they just had a good week. I don't think we see them there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any team's going to consistently beat Anna's. The Annas.
But like, are they going to? They're like rarely even in the semis.
So, yeah, it's true.
Do we see them in the semis more often now? Do you think? Or
I think it all depends on the draw.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of.
This could be their confidence booster though.
That pushes them through.
Yeah,
maybe
we can see them coming back hotter next tournament.
Yeah, but it was super impressive that they followed up the big semi win with the finals win. So they were down 2 games.
First gold in PBA.
Yeah,
as together
they were down 2 games in the finals and then won the last 3.
That's some grit.
Yeah, they were awesome, dude. They were just so consistent. They were bringing the heat. They were phenomenal. They looked like they were playing out of their minds a little bit, which makes me think that it's not sustainable or not going to be.
It was like me when I busted out the waves the first time.
Yeah, and just kicked butt.
It was kind of a fluke.
And then
I didn't play that good with it. The last like 4 times I played, it wasn't as good as that first time.
Yeah, that was really fun to see some mix up and some change up there. So that's 2 weeks in a row or 2 tournaments in a row. Anna Lee and Anna Bright have not made it to the finals.
It's wild. So I love it. Maybe a changing of the guard. We'll see.
Changing of the guard.
We'll see.
No changing of the guard.
But
it is fun to see some variety.
I like to see some variety. Like we're there with men's singles. We're there now with men's doubles. But women has always been dominated. So
yeah,
I'd like to. It makes it more fun when there's you actually don't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
So, and then the last thing, there's a super cool event coming up. I don't know if you saw this. September 24th to 28th in Sacramento, Wooden Paddle Vintage Open.
So this is a pro event.
Yes.
It's a PPA.
This is a PPA.
Ben Johns, Anna Lee are going to be playing with wood paddles.
Oh, yeah. There was like Colin even put out a thing. He's like, if you saw me in Vegas playing with wooden paddles because I'm getting ready. Like, this is going to be fun. Like, I'm excited for that. Everybody using wooden paddles is going to be super fun. I'm so curious. Or is it
going to be super lame? They aren't going to be able to do anything.
I'm curious. So last year, Lucy Kovalova said, if everybody played with wooden paddles, she thinks that Ben and Anna Lee would still win, but she thinks the rest of the field is going to be drastically different. So I'm curious to see if what she said back then holds true.
Well, if that was a year ago, even since then, paddles have changed a lot. Maybe at that moment, Yola had an advantage with power output versus some of the other sponsored pros. But now everyone has a power paddle. Everyone has the spin.
Yeah.
my prediction is we don't see a huge change now that, because paddles have been essentially the same level at the pro level. Like everyone has access to big spin, big power. And I don't think that changes anything.
I think we're going to see all the OG players. Watch. I'll say this on camera. If we're going to see Matt is going to be up there. Like anybody that played before the carbon era. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Who still plays?
So, like Irving.
So you have Ben, Irving, Matt.
Watch, Riley's going to make a comeback.
Riley, probably Jansen. McGuffin.
Yeah, McGuffin. Yeah.
Maybe we'll see. Rise.
I bet you, like, I'll be curious to see. Irina comes back.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's a good thought.
Yeah. I'm curious to see. I could see them wanting to play in it. So I could see a difference in who's actually coming at this tournament.
I have some wood paddles. I should go run spin and power tests.
We should run a game.
Yeah, run a game, see what the numbers are. That would be fun.
So.
Yeah, they were advertising this a couple of months ago, and I was seeing ads on Instagram or something, and I thought it was a joke. I didn't think it was real, and then it wasn't until recently.
You're like, is it April?
Recently, I've realized
this is real.
They're actually doing this.
I love it. I love it. It'd be cooler too if they made them all wear white, like the Masters, and like headbands and stuff.
Just make it like
super retro looking. But that'll be a fun one.
Yeah, I hope the players take it seriously. How can they not? Like once they start playing, they get competitive.
Yeah, they still want to win. I mean, who doesn't want to? I'd definitely want to win with a wooden paddle too.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a bigger badge of honor.
I think so.
Than a regular tournament.
You can't blame the paddle. That's all. Like everybody's on the same level playing field.
So they'll probably just give everyone the same paddle.
I'm sure. Yeah, everybody's gonna get that. Was that Diller or whatever
the original wood paddle?
Yeah,
it's got the strap on it. It's like 12 ounces.
It's going to be good. I'm excited for that.
That will be really fun. Okay, that's September 24th through the 28th.
In Sacramento.
That's cool.
So that's coming up soon.
There we go.
And that is all I got for Cal's Corner.
All right, let's go to Paddle, Babble, and Gear. So first topic is just the tech we're going to see everywhere the rest of the year. So with foam, people were experimenting with it. They were trying to find a formulation that works. We saw like the notched foam from Honolulu come out that did well. We see the holes from carbon. We saw some just flat foams. Saw some different holes configurations with like the flick.
Yep.
And then Boomstick comes out with their floating core EPP EVA ring.
Yep.
Quickly after Loco, then Quanta.
Yep.
And now I'm already seeing more like brands are saying, hey, I got a new paddle, and that's what it is. And it seems like that configuration is landing well with the market and has for that kind of Gen 3 feel, the power and pop, everything is there, but still kind of, then you look at some of those benefits of foam, right? With durability, a little softer, just that underlying foamy feel to it. Anyways, that construction seems to be readily available at several factories, and brands are just grabbing it and can go and make one. And so I think that's the tech that we're going to see the most of for foam. We'll still see some variations of foam, but I think that'll be the primary one. That'll be the one that becomes like you almost have to have it to be like relevant.
So like this would be like how we had the foam with the polycore for the Gen 3, and that's what it was known for. Do you think this is going to be what Gen 4 actually is known for? Is going to be this construction? That construction.
Yeah. It'll be two variations. It'll be either the floating core or the propulsion, the diving board style, which is what Gen 3 is, right?
Yeah.
It's essentially Gen 3 with foam.
Yeah.
Like is what we've seen come to the top and what you're just going to see all over the place. And so but it's different this time than past generation. Like when I think of Gen 3, we had like Yola come out. We had a bunch of others, but the price was high for a long time.
Yeah.
This time, you had Boomstick at $333. Loco comes in at $200. Quanta, like right out the bat, you have 3 tiers of pricing. Yep. You can't just be a random brand or a smaller brand and come get recognition or find a foothold in the market with this design, because it's already
flushed.
Covered.
Yeah, it's already flushed out.
It's flushed out already. But do you think everyone has to have one? Like if you don't have this style, like
either
will
that
you still be relevant?
or you skip it and try to come out with the next thing and just try to hit a home run. Because like you said, I think if you're like a not well-known brand, it is going to be very tough for you to come in with that same construction when you already have basically 3 price ranges that cover it.
All shapes.
Yeah, all shapes, sizes, warranty levels. I mean, aesthetically, you have better looking stuff. Graphically, it's all covered. Like and it came quick.
It came quick.
It came a lot quicker than Gen 3.
Way faster than Gen 3. It was kind of bizarre. I from what I understand with pickleball paddle innovation is there's typically a brand that kind of spearheads a technology, works with the factory to develop it, get the technology, the tooling, the configuration, just get everything right.
Yeah.
And then it will spread from there.
The factory shops it to everybody else.
So with my current understanding, it seems like Selkirk was the one that kind of spearheaded this general design, and then now it's spreading.
Yeah.
But it happened real quick, real fast. And I wonder if it's because it's so similar to the Gen 3 styles. So maybe the systems, the tools, the machines exist.
Yeah.
And so it's really easy to just go plug and play this style where like if I'm a factory that was making Gen 3s and then I see this style getting popular, I can adopt that really quick. But something different, maybe like a carbon that does the patterns, or maybe the notched foam that Honolulu does, those are irregular.
So it requires different tooling.
So it requires different tooling, that's makes me think that that's more difficult to adopt than something that, I'm just swapping out the core material and the adhesive.
Yep. Otherwise,
we got kind of the same core construction. Yeah. Right? So I think that is part of what's going to push this technology is its availability because of that.
Yeah.
And then, but people are liking it.
Oh yeah.
People love the Quantas. People are loving the boom.
Everybody that messages me, I was like, every paddle that's come of this construction, I've liked it.
Yeah. And they've been a little, there's a little nuance between each one, like we saw, with any other generation. Yeah. And anyways, that's what you're going to see everywhere from every brand.
100%. I agree.
So, and we're going to talk about a few that will be that way here in a minute. Anyway, so those are thoughts. Yeah, like it'll be interesting. Yeah, like first mover advantage already happened. There's just so many things, but you almost have to have it. Like at this point, like if you want a foam, go get that one. It works. But from like a reviewer standpoint, if a smaller brand comes to me with this tech, I'm going to be less interested in it because it's already covered. The bases are covered, unless they bring something unique.
Well, yeah, you can't come out with a more budget one. You can't come out like.
Yeah.
What's going to differentiate yourself?
So I'm most likely just going to cover the more mainstream brands that release them if there's some nuance to it. But yeah, for the most part, I don't know if I'll take on new brands.
It's tough with this many paddles coming out too. Like,
I mean, unless they come up with maybe there's a grit innovation or something like that'd be interesting, but it has to be more than this floating core, I think. Anyways, that'll be the style, the floating core and the diving board. And now let's talk about paddles. So just paddles that are coming out. So we have Carbon Waves, September 25th.
Yep.
Vatic Pro just sent out their paddles to everyone. So they're coming out with 2 models. They're going to have a V-Sol Power and a V-Sol Pro.
Oh, wow.
So these are both foam cores. The Power is going to have indentations, sort of like a carbon, but I don't think they go all the way through.
Okay. So more like the Gen 4.5 from Enhance. Okay.
Correct. So yep, that'll be similar design to that. This is the core they had with their original foam that they were going to launch a couple months ago.
Got it.
That they pulled back on. They just
I loved that paddle, by the way.
Yeah, so you might love this one. Yeah. They fixed the adhesive, and then they had like a matte edge guard on that one. They're not using the matte edge guard because it was heavier.
Okay.
They went to just a regular edge guard there. So both of these are going to be $99 after code. So they're going to have that version. They're calling that one their power version.
Okay.
And then their V-Sol Pro is the floating core.
Got it.
With the EVA ring.
So that'll be Loco Boomstick-ish.
That'll be Loco Boomstick-ish, presumably. They're going to launch in all their shapes and handle lengths. They're only going to do 16 millimeters. We haven't seen a 14 millimeter of these yet. So
the floating.
So that could be interesting. That brand I had mentioned earlier, Scoop, theirs was a 14 millimeter.
Okay.
So I wanted to put some time on that, see if it feels different. But so yeah, those will be launching. I didn't put a date on here, but I want to say September 26th will be like pre-orders.
Oh, so right with the
it's that same
carbon.
It's that same weekend. Then you have the Body Helix Falcon, which is so Body Helix is not doing the floating. They have their own things they're doing. So this the Falcon is following the Flick F1 that has big circles in it that are filled with cork, I think.
Okay, yeah, this one's gonna have, so the whole push for this is the dwell.
Yeah,
he's got the dwell pad.
Yeah, so they have like 4 circles in them, like big circles that I think are cut through, then are filled with, I think, our cork pads, from what I understand.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess dwell's kind of what
he was looking at like his bulletin board, like his tack board. He's like, you know what? We're putting that in the paddle.
Put that in the paddle.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Well, it's cork. It's just cut up cork board.
Yeah, maybe.
I like it.
But they're doing something a little bit different. And so, but the numbers on that one are fascinating. It's 13 millimeters, so it's super thin, but it's still head heavy.
And I wonder if that's because of the cork filling the holes.
Yeah, it's got to be, right? Yeah. So that one's coming out soon. And then you have, we'll be able to talk about this brand and paddle next week, but they have a foam in the variety of what we're talking about coming out that same weekend as carbon and
Oh, geez. Okay.
So already we're seeing a couple of those
September
paddles.
So end of September is a big
September is a bunch of stuff. But yeah, that's what's coming up there. I've been spending all my time with the waves this last week and as many hours as I can drilling and playing with those. I feel like I have a pretty good beat on them, and I'm starting to write my review for that release.
Is the 2 still your go-to?
I still think the 2 and the 4 are the best shapes in the way, because they're 14 millimeters. The way they have the cutouts, the forgiveness isn't there for me on the 1 and the 3 for an elongated. There's a lot of elongated paddles that have better forgiveness, but the 4 and the 2, the hybrid and the wide body, work better with the forgiveness.
Got it.
And plus you can play around with the weight more with those because just the nature of their shapes, right? So you can get those the weights in a good place while getting the forgiveness in a good place that you just can't do quite as well with the elongated. So I think those would be the best shapes. But the crux, the first impressions is I think they're more similar to the Genesis than they are different. But there are some nuances to them that I would pick the Waves over the Genesis. But comparing it to the market, it gets a bit more competitive. Okay, now let's do the J6 NF and the J6 FC Plus. Let's talk about these.
Sweet.
So these are I have not hit these, but
I haven't either.
I've ran the numbers on these. Yeah. The twist weights and swing weight combinations on these are fantastic. So they're about 118 swing weight. And then I don't always write these numbers down, but I want to say between like 6'5" to 6'8" twist weights. Like the twist weights are phenomenal for an elongated shape, especially considering that it's a 118 swing weight, which is like spot on average, really good spot to be out of the box play, a little room for customization if you want. But these, and it has their new designs that we talked about, more of just a simplified design. They got rid of the background,
the big sword and shield
thing, and just kind of did a traditional name across the side, blacked out face. And it looks sharper to me. And then they do have the scripture or whatever on top. Like they didn't remove that. But these the numbers are just phenomenal for an elongated shape, and their numbers are great on their hybrids. I just think these guys have the shapes really dialed in for and more brands need to think like they do. Like this, the reason I think this works, and this is what they did with their long-handled hybrid as well, is they put the long handle here, but they don't. That they flare out the neck. They don't go up.
Yeah.
Most brands,
so it adds to the stability. Yeah. It reminds me of the Versix a little bit.
So for example, a typical brand, this is the Vatic Pro.
Yeah.
You line these up side by side, and you can see that the neck like just juts out more.
Which adds to the stability.
Which adds to the stability, but you still have the long handle. So it's easy to fit too. You don't feel like you're getting held back, but it adds the stability there. And then on the top of the paddle, they cut out just a little bit of material here on the two corners.
Yeah.
But they didn't take it off. I guess the tops, kind of the top edges, but because they didn't cut off the corners. The corners still kind of jut out like they do here at the bottom. So they take weight from the top. This is going to reduce swing weight a little bit, but you do not lose anything with the twist weight.
Yeah.
Because of the corners still kind of jut out to give you max perimeter weighting on both the top and the bottom.
Smart design.
Again, when you see these arrow curve tops from the majority of brands, this is the Vatic Pro, you get this rounded design and it kind of goes into the corner and tapers into the side. So this top corners on the Honolulu is more pronounced. They keep that extended, the width extended as much as they can, whereas others are just kind of doing that gradual. And I think this is the superior design. Like this is going to give you better numbers.
I almost feel like this is a marriage of two different brands that we don't see a lot, but like this reminds me of Maverick.
Yeah.
And then this reminds me of the Versix.
100%.
So it was like, so he's smart. He's really smart. He's definitely paying attention to shapes.
Yeah, the Maverick kind of does the same thing, but their top is more pronounced.
It's more pronounced, yeah, for sure.
It eats into the twist weight a little bit. This one was just like shave off as much as I can without affecting the twist weight. Like they didn't take off a ton up here on top, but I bet it's enough to keep it from.
But it takes a couple
119 to 118 maybe, and that little difference makes a big difference.
Keeping it below 120.
I thought they did a great job with the shape. The numbers look fantastic, and I think brands can learn from how they build it. Like, and I don't. Okay, maybe it's not like as sexy looking without those really nice curves.
Yeah.
So you do give up that, but performance wise,
it's a player's paddle.
It's a player's paddle, and it's going to give you numbers, and you kind of get used to it. Like
I like two-handed backhands with this.
Yeah, you can kind of feel it.
Yep.
I don't know. It kind of fits in there nice.
Good job.
I think they did a great job with those shapes, and like those are like twist weight numbers that I've never seen on an elongated that's that light, and that's kind of what they did with their hybrids. Like they broke the mold there. No one has saw how they just have better swing weight to twist weight ratios than other brands.
You're talking about like the original J2?
Yeah, the original. That's how they broke into the scene, was with that good shape. And now and for a long time, it was just the hybrid that was good on their shapes wise. Now they have a good elongated. They didn't have that before. Now they have a good wide body. They have good long handles.
I say they are not afraid of experimenting with shapes.
No, they are definitely put things out there, see what works. Yeah. And a lot of their shapes over time have been horrible.
Those J4s. I always just go back to the frying pan.
Yeah, their frying pan wasn't great. They're extra elongated. The J7, they had an extra elongated for a long time, and I just don't think that's the best. There's just so many. There's more drawbacks than there are pros. But anyways, that was my last bullet there.
Sweet.
That's going to end it for the week. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate y'all.
We'll see you next week.